Shalom. I am Rabbi Michael Ramberg, and I was in Hebron a couple of years ago. One of the times that I visited was with the group Breaking the Silence, which is former Israeli soldiers. So I took a tour of Hebron with a young Jewish Israeli man who had been in the Israeli Defense Forces in Hebron. And what I saw on that tour and on other trips to Hebron was really horrifying and heartbreaking. What is most disturbing to me right now, as I remember it, is sitting with a Palestinian man who is a neighbor with some of Jewish settlers in Hebron who were trying to drive Palestinians out. And this man talked about how the settlers would harass and humiliate and physically assault him and his family members, including young children. So I'm now the father of a child. I have a 2-year-old daughter, and the thought of somebody, an adult no less, physically assaulting her is awful beyond words. And then, what the settlers in Hebron are doing worse to me is that they're using the Torah to justify it, especially this week's Torah portion. Chayei Sarah includes the story of how Abraham acquired the land in Hebron, and settlers use this as the proof that the land belongs to Jews, and Jews can do whatever they have to do to reclaim it and occupy it and possess it. And that is not how I read the Torah. That is not what the Torah is for. Where I find that the best statement of the purpose of Torah is in some lines from the legal code of Rambam, the medieval rabbi Maimonides, and he writes, "So great is the value of peace that the entire Torah was given to create peace in the world. As it says in the Proverbs, all of the Torah's paths are peace." So in reading the Torah, looking for some paths to peace for this situation in Hebron, what caught my attention this year is some commentary from the Zohar, not ordinarily a text that I look to for ethical insight. And there it's talking about the relationship between Abraham and his nephew Lot, and it says that as long as the two were together, Lot's potential to do harm was minimized. But when they reached the land of Israel, Abraham and Lot go separate ways, settling in separate parts of the land, and then Lot can fully realize his potential to do harm and to create problems. And what I learned from that is that I need to not separate myself from the situation in Hebron, as tempting as it is, with as awful and as painful as that situation is, to just not look at it, not deal with it. I need to remain connected, and in remaining connected, realize that I have some real power, as do all of us, to affect the situation. Settlers in Hebron receive a great deal of support from Jews in the United States, who give that support knowingly in some cases, unknowingly in other cases, through organizations that then funnel the money to settlers in Hebron. But we need to become aware and become active and demand that what's being done in Hebron, which is a holy place to us, reflect our values of justice and of compassion and mercy and of peace.